Since its launch in 1977, Voyager 1 has continued to move further into the uncharted depths of space. But when data transmission suddenly began to fail, NASA engineers sounded the alarm. The probe seemed to have lost its orientation, sending distorted signals as if it were lost in the cold void of interstellar space. Specialists threw all their efforts into studying the problem, literally digging through archives. On the yellowed pages of diagrams and instructions, there might have been a clue that could help regain control of the spacecraft. Months of searching, sleepless nights, and an unexpected find. But what exactly did the engineers discover that could potentially revive Voyager 1? Was it a mistake in a long-forgotten code? Or had cosmic radiation managed to infiltrate the probe's systems, disrupting their function? Want to know how engineers managed to pull the probe out of a 6-month comatose state? Hit like and subscribe to stay tuned for the most thrilling discoveries beyond the solar system. Spring 2022 saw the Voyager 1 spacecraft, which had been traversing interstellar space for several decades, suddenly start behaving strangely. The probe, which had consistently reported its coordinates and system status, abruptly lost its sense of location. The data on its position appeared as if the spacecraft was situated in a non-existent point in space, a place where it simply couldn't be. NASA engineers didn't immediately understand what was happening. The signal from Voyager remained stable, but the content of the messages appeared as a nonsensical stream of data. By late 2023, the situation worsened. The probe began transmitting bizarre pulses and sets of symbols that were impossible to decipher. It was as if it had ceased to recognize commands and respond to them, as though someone had reprogrammed it in a language unfamiliar to NASA. To figure out what was going on, the engineers had to return to the past, quite literally. Complete documentation for the Voyagers no longer existed. All the information about systems and components remained with the engineers of the 1970s. Some kept blueprints in old garages, others on yellowed paper sheets stored in boxes in attics. Only after gathering these scattered fragments did the team manage to determine that the culprit behind the mysterious signals was a malfunction in one of the microchips. But what was the probe really transmitting? Was it just a microchip malfunction, or was it something far more significant? NASA assures that it's merely a side effect of aging equipment and radiation impacts. But who knows what the engineers might have discovered within those strange pulses? Could someone have been trying to convey something important using encrypted fragments? But who could have sent them? Could the probe have become an accidental receiver of a message that wasn't intended for us? Or perhaps it was carrying a warning. Maybe this signal wasn't just an anomaly, but a key to a mystery that could change our understanding of the universe. How much further can scientific research progress with these aging spacecraft before they are finally deactivated? And what consequences might the shutdown of the Voyager's scientific instruments have for the study of the cosmic depths? Due to decreasing power reserves, NASA engineers are forced to shut down scientific instruments on the Voyagers to extend their operation as long as possible. On Voyager 1, the plasma flow measurement instrument failed a few years ago, and now specialists have begun turning off other still functioning devices. Project manager Suzanne Dodd explained that such measures are necessary to keep the spacecraft operational for at least another year. After the current shutdowns, each probe will have 3 working instruments left. On Voyager 1, the magnetometer and plasma wave subsystem will continue to operate, but the charged particle measurement device is planned to be shut down by the end of 2025. Currently, Voyager 1 is located 25 billion kilometers from Earth, and signals take more than 23 hours to reach it. Despite the technical aging of the spacecraft, scientists intend to use them until the very last moment, as any new data could lead to significant discoveries. Nevertheless, even under favorable conditions, the Voyagers will be able to operate with the last scientific instrument no later than the 2030s. What wonders or dangers might await the Voyagers on their journey past star systems, possibly inhabited by alien beings? Could it be that someday our descendants will be able to re-establish contact with these space travelers and uncover their secrets? When the probes run out of energy, their journeys will continue, but the connection with them will be lost, and we will no longer be able to receive information about what they see in the boundless expanses of the universe. In 3 centuries, they will reach the Oort cloud, a region where the solar system loses its last markers, and the ices, whose composition remains a mystery, may bring new enigmas. This process will not stop, and in thousands of years, the Voyagers will glide past other star systems, past planets where life may be emerging or already exists. But no matter how much we wish, learning about whom or what they might encounter will no longer be possible for us. All that remains is to hope that by then, at least our descendants, if they are still here, will be able to continue these explorations. Curious about what lies beyond the horizon of these cosmic wanderings? Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the most thrilling discoveries.